In this video, I will show you how I edit my photos, mainly for Instagram, but also for my planner and my scrapbook. I have my iPad, I have my favorite apps, I have a number of photos, and I will show you how I edit them, the steps I take, and of course the end result. So let's switch over to my iPad and I will show you everything I do. Welcome to my iPad, and these are the apps that we will be using. They are Snapseed, Photoshop Fix, Photoshop Mix and Facetune 2. They're also available for your phone, but the iPad just works a bit better for this video. In Snapseed, I open a photo and crop it into a square. Then I go into Tune Image and move my finger up and down the screen for different attributes and move my finger left and right on the screen to change the value of these attributes. Then I go into the curve option and change the curve of the photo. You can see what happens on the screen when I move the different points on the line. I also want to add some structure and sharpness. So I go in, edit that, save the photo, and here you can see the before and the after. Time for photo number 2. Again, I want to have a square photo for Instagram. So I go to crop, move the preview up and down a bit, but decide on this in the end. Time to tune the image, again moving my finger up and down and left and right on the screen, changing the brightness, the saturation, the warmth, the contrast and all these other attributes. I want to add some sharpness and change the structure of the photo so the white nicely pops and the colors do as well. I'm just tweaking the photo a bit with the options in curve. Then I retune some of the elements in the photo, and then I'm happy with the end result and export the photo. This is again the before and after. While there is more cropping and tuning happening on the screen, I just would like to mention the following. Is there anything wrong with these photos? Absolutely not. Are there things that I can change to this photo to make them even nicer? Absolutely. I really enjoyed the process of making that white a bit more white, my colors a bit more bright, and just have all the photos bouncing off the screen. But now, back to the photo. The background is a bit yellow, so I go in with the brush and put it on the setting of saturation, put the saturation all the way down and move my finger over the screen. This changes the slightly yellow background to a nice crisp white, and it also levels out some of the structure of the background. As I accidentally went over the washi with my finger, I go back in, put the setting on 0 or eraser, and just remove any desaturation that I put on the planner accidentally. Then I go in with the selective tool, enhance the brightening, and put down the saturation in some parts of the background that are still too dark and a bit too yellow. I do some minor retuning, then lessen the structure and add some bit of sharpness. Update the levels and save the photo. This is the before and after. This next photo is again a very straightforward edit, but I introduce a second app in a bit. The app Facetune is designed to enhance selfies, but it has the really cool option of whitening your teeth, which is also perfect for whitening the paper. I put the slider on max so I can easily see which parts I've already whitened, and then I go back in with the eraser to get rid of some white that was accidentally put in the planner instead of only on the background. This second app has really helped brightening up my photo, as you can see here in the before and after. I will show another method of brightening the background without overexposing the foreground with this photo. I do a lot of fiddling about with the tuning, changing the contrast, the brightness and the saturation, but by doing this I have slightly overexposed and oversaturated my hand, so I go in with the selective tool, brightening my hand up and lessening the saturation. I finish up the photo, save it, but then go in, change the structure by lowering the value, doing some healing at a few different places, and then adding some selective brightness. This really brightens up the background, but also messes up the stickers in my hand. To fix this, I go to a different app.
In this app, you can combine layers. My bottom layer is the second photo that I saved, so with the bright background, but also the overexposed foreground. The layer I put on top of that is a photo with the perfect foreground, but the slightly dark background. So by going into the top layer, I'm able to select everything that I want to keep and ignore everything that I don't want to keep. So I keep the foreground and then ignore the background, layering them over each other so the background of the back layer is visible. I hope my explanation makes sense. Do try it out yourself, and in the meantime, here's the before and after. In this final photo, I want to highlight an option that I have not yet used in this video. I go in, crop it to a square, do the tuning, tune some more, and make some changes to the perspective. Time to save the photo and open it up in Photoshop Fix. This app is amazing, but you're gonna love why I use this for this photo. I get rid of some fluff and then go in to get rid of the perforation line in the plastic on the washi. Yes, it might be a bit silly, but by actually removing this perforation line, there's nothing to distract you from this gorgeous washi. Saving the photo and time for the last before and after.
I hope this video has given you some ideas on how you can edit your photos. If you would like to see more of mine, check the description down below for the link to my Instagram. In the next video in this series, I will be editing photos with people in there, so definitely stay tuned. Like and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye!